What happens when the spotlight fades and the shadows grow deeper? At 73, Steven Seagal's life reads less like triumph and more like heartbreak. From his meteoric rise as a martial arts sensation to the controversies and decline that followed, his story reveals the fragile cost of fame. Known for blending martial arts mastery with a brooding, silent screen presence, Seagal captivated audiences worldwide. Yet behind the action star persona lay contradictions, exaggerations, and struggles that the public rarely saw. His journey reminds us that fame can elevate and isolate in equal measure, leaving even legends to face the weight of choices and expectations. The rise nobody expected. Born in Lansing, Michigan in 1952, Seagal moved to Fullerton, California as a child. Fragile and often ill with asthma, he found solace and strength in martial arts. Unlike many peers drawn to karate or judo, he gravitated toward Aikido, a less common discipline in the West. His dedication paid off. By the early 1970s, he traveled to Japan, a rare accomplishment for a young American martial artist. There, he became the first foreigner to operate an Aikido dojo, earning respect in a traditionally insular martial arts community. This achievement established the foundation of his credibility, preparing him to blend discipline, culture, and showmanship in ways few could match. From dojo to Hollywood, Seagal's transition to film was far from guaranteed. Working in Los Angeles as a martial arts instructor, he trained wealthy clients and even served as a bodyguard for high-profile figures, including Hollywood agent Michael Oiz. Oiz, impressed by his skill and presence, encouraged Seagal to pursue acting. His debut, Above the Law, 1988, introduced Nico Tosani, a CIA-trained cop, with a unique combination of martial arts precision and understated intensity. Grossing $18.9 million domestically, the film marked Seagal as a fresh type of action star. Unlike muscular gun-wielding heroes, his calm, controlled approach stood out. From there, his career accelerated, cementing him as a distinctive face in early 1990s action cinema. Peak of an action empire. Seagal's momentum continued with Hard to Kill, 1990, Marked for Death, Norse, 1990, and Out for Justice, 1991. Each role reinforced his image as a nearly invincible fighter, stoic yet lethal. The apex came with Under Siege, 1992, alongside Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey, earning $156 million worldwide. Audiences were captivated not only by action sequences, but by a hero who combined elegance, technique, and intensity without relying on overblown violence. Fans flocked to theaters, magazines celebrated him, and studios banked on his name alone. His influence extended to merchandise, video rentals, and television appearances. For a moment, it seemed Seagal might build a lasting empire in Hollywood, a rare feat for a martial artist turned actor. Cracks in the armor. Despite his fame, tension simmered behind the scenes. Seagal's insistence on creative control and mounting demands often clashed with directors and producers. While audiences saw a polished, unstoppable persona, insiders noticed growing friction on set. Rumors of difficulty began during his peak, foreshadowing later career challenges. This duality, public hero, private conflict, reveals a recurring Hollywood pattern. The image an actor builds can become larger than the reality they can maintain. Even as Seagal captivated millions with martial arts skill and charisma, the foundation of his empire rested on relationships strained by ego, control, and uncompromising standards, showing the fragile nature of stardom. Constructing the myth, Seagal mastered the art of self-mythologizing. Fans didn't just see him as playing heroes, they believed he embodied them. Stories of CIA training, exotic ancestry, and reincarnation as a Tibetan Lama added layers of intrigue to his persona. While some tales were exaggerated or unverifiable, they deepened his mystique. He presented himself as a spiritual warrior rather than a typical action star, emphasizing Buddhism, environmental causes, and philosophical teachings. Yet these carefully constructed narratives, while compelling, created tension with the truth. As the years passed, the larger-than-life image began to crumble under scrutiny. Seagal's mythos was seductive but fragile, demonstrating the double-edged nature of fame built as much on perception as reality. The decline of stardom. By the mid-1990s, Seagal's career faced a steep decline. Direct-to-video releases, often poorly reviewed, replaced theatrical hits. Younger audiences remembered him less as a martial arts innovator and more as a punchline from a bygone era. Hollywood had shifted. Stoic, invincible tough guys no longer resonated. Stars like Keanu Reeves redefined action through adaptability and reinvention, while Seagal clung to his established persona. His refusal or inability to evolve left him increasingly irrelevant in the US film market, even as some international fans continued to celebrate him domestically. The combination of aging, outdated roles, and unfulfilled promises led to a diminished presence, illustrating how quickly Hollywood can discard its once untouchable stars. International and martial arts legacy. While his Hollywood relevance waned, Seagal maintained recognition overseas. In Russia and parts of Eastern Europe, fans admired his political connections and defiance of mainstream rejection. He became a figure of controversy and admiration, a symbol of rebellion and independence. Meanwhile, his contributions to Aikido remained significant. Despite exaggerations about training and experience, he helped bring global attention to the discipline. Doju cite his early films as inspiration, motivating new generations of martial artists. Even in decline, his influence on martial arts culture persisted. This dual legacy, celebrity controversy alongside genuine cultural impact, makes Seagal a complex figure whose contributions cannot be fully reduced to Hollywood success or failure. The fragility of fame. Seagal's story underscores fame's impermanence. In his prime, he seemed untouchable, commanding audiences with precision and intensity. Yet, decades later, lawsuits, health struggles, and shifting public tastes eroded that aura. His life illustrates the cost of choices, the burden of ego, and the danger of clinging to outdated personas. Fame can elevate, but it can also isolate and magnify flaws. Seagal's trajectory, from celebrated action star to controversial and ambivalent figure, reflects a broader truth about Hollywood and celebrity culture. The line between legend and cautionary tale is thin, and it is often navigated at great personal expense. Shadows that linger. Even as his legacy has become complicated, Seagal has not vanished entirely. His films remain accessible, his name sparks debate, and controversies keep him in public memory. While admiration may have faded, fascination persists. He embodies both brilliance and folly, innovation and stubbornness. In this ambivalence lies a unique cultural footprint. Seagal is neither fully revered nor forgotten, a reminder that influence can outlast peak fame, even in tarnished form. Shadows may deepen, but they also mark persistence. Steven Seagal's story is a meditation on rise, myth, and decline, a portrait of a life shaped by choices, skill, and the merciless scrutiny of the world that once cheered him.